Fun fact, did you know that the new OLIGHT Array 2S is actually not even made by Olight? It's made by a company called Magicshine. Magicshine is actually a creator of high-end headlamps and bike lights. I've reviewed one of their headlamps on the channel before and I found that they were pretty good quality. So without further ado, let's take a look at the new Array 2S headlamp from Shine. Blah, blah. Upon unboxing the OLIGHT Array 2S, you'll find the instruction manual, a C-type charging cable, 2 extra strap clips, and of course, the headlamp with the battery and strap. The 2S runs on a 2600 mAh 3.6 volt rechargeable battery pack connected to the light. It's also IPX4 water resistant, has an impact rating of 1 meter, and weighs in at 131 grams or just over 4.5 ounces as a whole. I'll leave the tech specs from the manual on the screen now just in case I fail to mention any details that you might want to know about, so pause the video here if you want to take a look. During my runtime test, the 2S ran on the 1000 lumen mode for 3 hours and 25 minutes before turning off. That actual runtime falls just 35 minutes short of the 4-hour 1000 lumen advertised runtime stated in the manual by Olight. During the thermal test on the 1000 lumen mode, the 2S peaked at a max temperature of 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius after 1 hour of use, but maintained an average about 107 degrees Fahrenheit or 41 degrees Celsius throughout the 1 hour thermal test. During my recharge time test using my Anker 65 watt PowerPort 3, the 2S took over 4 hours to fully recharge, which was better than the suggested recharge time in the manual by about 30 minutes. Of course, the Anker PowerPort 3 provided more than adequate power, exceeding the 2S's ideal recharge requirements stated in the manual. Now let's go over the modes, lumen outputs, and general operation of the OLIGHT Array 2S.
Now I'm going to walk you through some of the button pushes for this headlamp. As you can see, this is exactly what the headlamp is going to look like on your head. This is exactly the way the battery pack's going to rest on the back. And this is how the side strap is going to look as well. So this is pretty decent regular design. I would actually like to see a strap go from the front to the back, over this way. Then that way you can get that so it doesn't slide or fall down over your head, because I did find this a little bit bulky, but not too bad. I mean, if you're running with it or something, it might slip down, but if you have the strap really tight, it might be too tight. So with that said, you don't have the USB design here. This actually just goes straight from the light to the battery pack, and essentially there's no way to disconnect. It just basically stays there. And then your C-type charging port, of course, is going to be at the bottom here, and you're going to be able to plug in there as well. So to recharge. Now let's go over some of the button pushes. You're going to press the button once to turn the light on. This is going to be the flood mode. This is going to be the low flood mode at 30 lumens, and that has a run time of 30 hours. Then you're going to hold it down. It's going to jump into the medium, and that is 250 lumens with a runtime of 6.5 hours. And you'll hold it down again, and it's going to go into the 500 lumen flood mode with a runtime of 5 hours. When you want to get to the next output, you double click. It's going to bring you to the flood and spotlight. The flood and spotlight is going to start off in the low 100 lumen mode with a runtime of 13 hours and 30 minutes. You're going to hold down the button again. It's going to cycle over to the 500 lumen mode with a runtime of 5 hours. And then you're going to hold it down again. It's going to cycle over to the 1000 lumen turbo mode, which is a runtime of 4 hours, which isn't too bad. Then you're going to double click again. It's going to bring you over to the red mode. And this is going to start off at the low 40 lumen mode with a runtime of 15 hours. You're going to hold it down again. It's going to go into the 100 lumen red mode with a runtime of 8 hours and 30 minutes. And then you're going to hold it down again. It's going to go into the 200 lumen mode with a runtime of 5 hours and 30 minutes. And that's the high mode for the red. So that's not too bad. So now I'm going to go into the triple click, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be the SOS mode. And that SOS mode, I think it's 1000 lumens, to be honest with you. And it didn't have a specified runtime for that, so it just said that that's what it's going to do. If you want to exit that, you just hit it once. It's going to bring you right back into the last output on the last setting that you had on there. Now the final portion of this video is the lockout mode. It's very simple, just like most of the Olight flashlights. All you have to do is hold it down, unlike the Seeker 3 who does it for you, and it automatically locks you out like this. Oh wait, no, this doesn't automatically lock you out. This is a good version of the Olight lockout mode. So yeah, this is not bad. I like being able to actually lock myself out without it locking me out. Imagine if your car locked you out every time you like left the car for more than 30 seconds. Ah, the Seeker 3. Okay, anyways. So yep, that's the lockout mode for the OLIGHT Array 2S.
Now let's check out some of them beam shots. The OLIGHT Array 2S has a maximum beam distance of 140 meters or 460 feet with a max candela of 5,000 on the 1,000 lumen mode. The LED color tint is a cool white, coming in at about 6,000 K.
Okay guys, now we're outside and we're using the low 40 lumen red mode from approximately 20 feet away from that railing over there. As you can see, it's super bright. And now I'm going to bump it up to the 100 lumen red mode. And that's what that looks like from 20 feet away. And we'll bump it up again to the 200 lumen red mode when we're 20 feet away from that railing. Am I 20 feet away? Yeah, I'm about 20 feet away. Okay, next up we're going to go into the flood mode, and we're in the low 30 lumen flood mode, and we're 20 feet away from the railing over there. I'm going to bump it up to the 250 lumen flood mode, and now we're going to bump it up again to the 500 lumen flood mode, and now we're going to transition over to the flood and spot, and we're in the 100, let's see. Okay, so now we're in the 100 lumen flood and spot mode, and now I'm going to bring it over to the 500 lumen flood and spot mode, and now I'm going to bring it over again to the 1000 lumen flood and spot mode. So that's pretty darn bright. Now I'm going to go all the way over to the side yard here. As you can see, this is what it looks like from my perspective. So that tree line right back there is about, I'd say, 70 feet away from my current location. And that tree right there is probably about 50 feet away from me as well. So that's pretty darn bright. That's pretty good. All right, guys, so here I am in the middle of the yard over here, approximately 30-ish feet away from the tree line over here, maybe 40 feet away from that tree line right back there, and about 5 feet away from this tree in front of me, 8 feet away from the tree in front of me. Not bad. Got some bugs. Now I'm going to show you guys when I lower this down, the spot mode. See how it's nice and low now? Turn it up using the wave function there, and that's what this looks like. So not too bad. It's nice and bright. I can see everything that's in front of me. I'm going to throw this into the red modes, and that's the 200 lumen red mode here. So you can see it really can't see anything except for me. I can see pretty good in front of me. I can see pretty far out. I can see the tree lines, and anything that's light I can see, but anything that's really dark, it just really blends in. And now I'm going to bring it over to the flood. We're in the low flood, medium flood, and high flood. High flood's not too bad. I can actually see a lot in front of me. The bugs are bothering me a little bit more over here than they were before. And then if I use the wave, I can put right into that 1000 lumen mode just by waving my hand in front of the light like that. And if I wanted to drop it down, boom, just drop it down. And now I'm in that very, very low flood. See how that works? Pretty cool. Not too bad.
I only have a couple cons for this light, and one of them is the inaccurate runtime for the 1000 lumen mode, falling short by 30 minutes, and of course the extremely bright 40 lumen low mode. I would have liked to have seen a moonlight mode on the 2S that was more of a 1 or 5 lumen red mode instead of the 40 lumen mode, which was excessively bright. But now moving along to the pros, my main pros for the 2S headlamp were the overall run times. They were great even though the 1000 lumen mode fell short. The 4-hour 1000 lumen mode isn't something that everyone is going to be using unless they're doing search and rescue, and even then you could still get away with using a lower lumen output with a longer runtime. The other pro is the recharge time was within reason, and as many of you know, it's one of my pet peeves with any light. The recharge times need to be less than the run times, otherwise I'm just not happy. So overall, I think that the 2S is a nice addition to the OLIGHT headlamp collection, and even though the low mode wasn't as perfect as I hoped for, it was still usable and it would be great for camping or hiking. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, please head on over to the link below to make a donation to the channel by using the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description of this video. PayPal and credit cards are accepted, and all donations will help to offset the overhead costs of making videos for the channel so that I can keep bringing you high quality reviews about the products that you want to know about without the bias that goes along with the review channels that receive free products from corporations and has to placate to their sponsor. My goal for the future of this channel is to take suggestions from my viewers about the products that they want to see on the channel, and once enough funds are collected from the buymeacoffee.com donations, I would then create a voting poll on the channel's community page here on YouTube and then purchase the suggested products with the highest votes with the donated funds. So I'd literally be handing over the product control to you, the viewers. Thanks for being a part of the Prepared Guy community. As we approach 5,000 subscribers on the channel, I'll be holding a giveaway very soon in celebration of the channel's new subscriber benchmark. This has been Prepared Guy. Thanks for watching, and until next time, guys, stay prepared.